Having owned our Aston Martin for 13 months now, interestingly, it's October. We've done a number of improvements to it. We showed you early on things that need to be done, and many of those things have been accomplished. We've also done a number of repairs. What we learned over time, pretty common with the vehicle you buy that's used. In doing so, we've done something that many people, when they're doing it themselves, come to the conclusion that since my labor doesn't cost anything, it's not too bad what the part costs. Except sometimes. This video is about replacing the expansion tank on a DB7. It's not an expensive part, but there is a way to save money that you would not otherwise know. You can go to Aston Martin with Scottsdale, buy your parts from Roger Penske. Yeah, the guy who does the racing and has the trucks running around. You'll pay a lot of money. Or you could do what we recommend you do, which we're not getting anything for this. It's just something I thought you ought to know about. If you own an Aston Martin, you work on it yourself, or you have somebody to let you buy the parts and they're going to work on it, you'll get a better deal buying them out of Nicholas Mee and Company in the UK. They have a wonderful website. They're great people to work with. You can get Aston Martin parts. They do restoration work. They sell high quality used Aston Martins. And they're very, very, very knowledgeable about what they're doing. It's an awesome place to do business. Your part, your tax, and your shipping will cost you less, in every case for us, than buying Scottsdale. So there's going to be a link down at the bottom here in the description so that you can go see where you can get your parts at a reasonable rate. Now on with the part that labor-wise is inexpensive and anybody can do. Parts price is hefty, but it's worth it. Let's get on.
I'm going to remove this nice cover here. There are two fasteners that you undo. Let me take it out. Piece of Velcro here, but you see this huge mess. We'll explain that. Back of the cover, gonna have to clean that too. You can see it's really covered. This is the original expansion tank in the vehicle. The problem with it is, though, is it's plastic, and they fail over time. There are two pieces to it, and they originally apparently put them together with some sort of adhesive, and it does not hold up forever. The new tank is made of aluminum, and we'll show that to you, but we're going to change this out and clean up all this mess created by the fact that this particular tank has been leaking. The negative about the tank, compared to many parts on the car, is it's bespoke to Aston Martin. It isn't in anybody else's car, which kind of surprised me, because this is when Aston Martin was owned by Ford, and would have thought that, hey, maybe Ford would in fact have used one of their own parts, or Aston Martin would have used one of their own parts. They didn't. They specifically made this tank. So this, in fact, is an expensive item. Getting one of these into the U.S. Run you right around $1,000 to $1,100. And I wouldn't even consider buying a used one, because it's going to fail again, even if you could find a used one. So you're going to want to buy the good one. You are going to spend that amount of money. But realistically, there's something that I'm going to say that's just true. All cars are built on the bird theory, cheap, cheap, cheap. This would have been less expensive to manufacture than the fancy aluminum one that I'm going to put on here that Aston Martin supplies now. And if you think all cars aren't made that way, even Rolls-Royce cuts corners in places where you can find videos where you'll find out, yeah, this, that, or the other thing should have probably been more beefed up or different. But we're not saying that anybody is legitimately making junk. It's just a fact that manufacturers are in it to make money, obviously, and they sometimes cut corners, like on this tank, where they really shouldn't have, for longevity. Here we have the replacement tank. Shape-wise, everything, sensor, new cap, it's going to fit right in place, but you can see this is an all-metal tank that they've coated, probably a powder coat, but that's the replacement. That's going to cost you about $1,100, but that's going to be a direct fit right there. The one other difference it's going to have, see, it's got the cap on it, but they do not put the label that you can see right here. The label is not on it. Remove the 2 screws here and the 2 clamps here. When you take the intake hose off, there is a hose that goes on the bottom. You can see it goes here. Don't forget this. This will set a check engine light about instantly if you don't get it on there all the way. And it's just a press on. It's off, but of course it's going to make a mess down below, and I knew that. But it's off. And now, got the tank up where we can get the other clamp undone. I wouldn't put the clamp around this way, and even if Aston Martin originally did it this way. The other way around so you can get to it. And to be honest, as I've told you, I think these hoses were replaced there, so I think somebody's been in here before and they just put the clamp on, stupid. We're going to clean out that particular connector because of all the junk that has come out of the tank on there. Now, before I even consider putting in the new one, I'm going to clean up this horrid mess that I've got. The white junk is the residue you get from the recommended coolant, which I'll show to you after a bit, that's put in the car. install, which I won't bore you with since the reversal is the same, except for those two clips you see in the center. You have to remove those from the old tank and put them on the new one. There's the correct coolant we can get a hold of in the US. Xerox G05. Now it says Ford, Chrysler, Mercedes, and heavy-duty diesel. Well, this is when Ford owned the company, and this is what we're going to be using to refill the system.